What is going on, everyone? My name is Jared Haas, and welcome back into another edition of NASCAR Mailbox. This weekend, we're going to take a look back at the action at Watkins Glen. Now, the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Watkins Glen, Connor Zillage got the deal done in his first career start. Zillage started on the pole, had strategy mixed it up a little bit where he had to work his way through the field, but yet at the end, saved enough fuel and fended off the other drivers to secure the win. Now, from what I saw just from that race alone, I actually think that Zillage can be a championship four contender. It's obviously you have to first get into the playoffs. He's had a really good pedigree at road courses, won the 24 Rolex, did really decent in the Truck Series debut at Coda. So he can get a win in there, perform well at these other tracks. He's won all these ARCA East races as well in dominating fashion. That is more the important part is I know the litmus test of wins in ARCA series is not much, but how well you dominate in that series is more of the eye opener to litmus test to compare it. He's definitely one of the biggest prospects that Trackhouse has signed, and he's driving for Junior Motorsports next season full time. And pretty similar to what happened with Ty Gibbs just a couple seasons ago. He won his first career start and was railing off wins and made it into the championship four and won his full-time season in 2022. And that propelled him to a full-time Cup Series ride. Now, is Zillage going to be the exact same route? It's going to be tough to say. Things would have to shake and move. Seems like Trackhouse is pretty solid and set in their lineup, but things do change. But I think the future is very bright for Zillage, where you could see easily by 25 he's going to be in a good Cup Series ride. He definitely showed it there with his racecraft, working his way through the field and fuel mileage as well to make sure have enough fuel at the end, save as he can because he should have ran out, but he was smart enough at just 18 years old. Some of these kids, they're just getting their, just had a few years with their driver's license. This guy just won a NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Let's remember the name, Connor Zillage. Now, there's another new name that's popping up in the NASCAR circuit. Corey Day announced that he has a couple races in the NASCAR Truck Series for Bill McAnally Racing this weekend at Bristol. Is one of them in the number 8100cars.com Chevrolet. And Corey Day comes from a dirt racing background and performed well the Knoxville Nationals. I think he did decent there. And I was at the Chili Bowl this season, and he finished third. And post race, he was not feeling well at all. Understandably, there's the Chili Bowl flu, but he was way out of it where he just sat there with his press conference and then had to go back to the hauler because he was that sick. And yet he finished third. Logan Seavey was obviously the class of the field during that Chili Bowl, but to be third in that race, it was pretty darn impressive being that under the weather. So I expect some good things. Obviously, some growing pains. I think more the arc of like Christopher Bell. He's not going to be. I don't expect it to be Corey Day is going to be guns a-blazing going out there, going to be like, oh, I'm going to be competing for the win top three. I think there's obviously that transition that comes in from dirt racing to pavement. But this is definitely someone that's following the career arc of like a Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson. Definitely somebody to look out for in the future. If his chips fall where he mays, I think he could have a career in NASCAR as well, or he could just be sufficing dirt. But Corey Day, I think there could be the potential of him competing for top tens, getting a top 10 or two in those starts. And like I said, that's starting that career strong is the important thing. He wrecked out in his debut in ARCA and Salem, but like I said, this is going to be the Truck Series. I think this is going to be the biggest spotlight that Corey Day has so far. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like and subscribe. That really helps get that content out to you guys. And until next time, as always, make sure to have a great race weekend.
Alex Gins for FrontStretch.com. Come back for more great racing content, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.